Alright guys, welcome to my top 5 duelist players in all of VCT. Um, Last video with my initiator rankings, I did like top 5 in every region. That was kind of a messy and also long video idea, so I'm going to shorten it to just 5 in the whole world. And yeah, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, let's get right into it. At number 5, I have Buzz, who is one of the most flexible duelist players in the world while also being super consistent. Uh, I don't think he played particularly great in their first two games against BBL and Cloud9. Actually, no, in the first 5 maps, we'll say. That last map against Cloud9, he just went nuclear. And then from then on, he was very, very solid. Um, and right now is my 5th duelist player in the world. I don't think he'll go much higher than this. I don't think he has a ton of upside with him, but I could see him getting up to like 3, 4-ish. I think that's probably where I would have had him after Champions and before Lock-in. And then at number 4, we have the best streamer in all of North America, Artis. Um, I think again similar story with Buzz. A lot of this is ranked based on how he played previous to Lock-in. I don't think he like took over games or anything at Lock-in, but I thought he was very, very solid for NRG. Didn't really have a bad game and is also extremely flexible. Obviously, you can see there he played 5 different agents at the tournament. What he played: Sage on Icebox, Jet on Haven, Killjoy on Lotus. He filled for what they needed on the map. I also played Raze for the first time in a while, and that didn't look too bad. So overall, I think Artis is again super flexible player, which is going to be a theme with this list, and could potentially take over some games in the future for them. And at number 3, I have Ospas, who is someone who absolutely took over games for Loud. There were so many times, especially against NRG, where like he would just get a kill with the op, and you're like, okay, he's either dashing out or gonna die here, and then he just gets another, and then dashes out and lives, and it's just like how. But yeah, I think 3 is lower than where I thought I would put him going into the playoffs. I actually had him at my number 1 player before their game against DRX. But then he kind of fell off in the last 2 maps. Didn't really play that well against Fnatic until the first half of Icebox. And then he kind of slowed down again. So I think he just needs to be more consistent. And then he will be the best player in the world, period. Uh, Obviously, he only played Jet at this tournament. But I really don't factor too much of that in because he's played Raze, he's played Chamber in the past. He hasn't really been asked to play like anything else. So he seems fairly flexible. He's one of those players that can play Raze and Jet and Chamber if Chamber comes back. So I think he'll have a bright future in this game and hopefully only go up. And now at number 2, I have Mr. Charles Ned, CNed, who was previously known as somebody who could only play Jet to this tournament. Like, everybody thought, okay, yeah, this guy, Jet one trick, can't play Chamber, which, to be fair, he was not good on Chamber. And he had really never played Raze, like a couple games on it previous to this tournament. But when he played it, he actually looked pretty good, which was surprising to me. And his Jet, again, similar to Ospas in a way, where it's just like, how, there were so many moments where it's like, how is he alive? But, which is like the number 1 thing that I look for in a duelist player, I guess. Like, maybe not number 1, but like one of the top things that I look for when looking for great duelist players, and he is definitely one of them. I actually considered putting him number 1. I really think he's that good. He's an ultra consistent opper. He can entry. He can just do everything for you. And now that he's played the Raze, there's not really too many holes in his game other than Chamber if that potentially comes back into the meta. And then finally here, at number 1, I have Durka. Pretty obvious number 1 player in the world on the team that won the whole event. Consistently dominant over the past 2 years of the game, pretty much. Had about 1 down stage ever. That was like stage 3 in 2021. Yeah. So overall, Durka is just an extremely dominant player. I think he's the best rifler in the game we have right now. I think CNED's a better opper, but kind of splitting hairs there. I think his raise is better than CNED's by a lot. He's definitely the best raise in the world, and his jet is at worst top 3 in the world behind Aspas and CNED. So overall, I just think he's probably the most flexible duelist player between metas. He can also play chamber if you need him to. And he's just consistently dominant in every game. You sense his presence all the time, especially in Icebox. He is the king of Icebox, as much as it pains me to say as a 100 Thieves fan. Um, and yeah, with that, that's going to be the video. That was my top 5 duelists in the world. Number 1, I had Durka. 2, I had CNED. 3, I had Aspas. 4, I had Artis. And 5, I had Buzz. I almost forgot. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.